Now we're going to sketch the graph of the following function. Here we have sine, cos, and tangent. So for question A, we're going to draw our sine graph. So for the sine graph, basically, if only sine x, it will start with 0 up to amplitude 1 and then go to -1 and ending at 2 pi. So this is our basic graph. So intersection here is pi. So it will be same as negative part. We go for negative pi and up to -2 pi. So look at our questions here. First we see its amplitude. So coefficient of here is 1. So means that this graph still having amplitude as 1. And then it will go down to -1. And then next we're going to see here where this is not only sine x, this is sine x plus 1. So for sine x, x will start with 0. So when we're having x plus 1, so means our x will start with -1. So the whole graph will be moved to the left 1 unit. So we will start from -1, go up, and then come down, and then ending. So for this intersection pi, it will become pi minus 1. So for this intersection, it will become 2 pi minus 1. So same as negative portion, negative part. So then we're going to see, is it we're going to draw every part? But for this question, it gives us a domain here, is it? It asks us to show the graph on the domain, which is start from -pi up to pi only, so up to here only. So we're going to show our graph starting from this until this part only. So the rest of it, more than that, we don't need to show it. So after understanding the amplitude, the starting x value, and then the drawing that we need to show on the domain here, we can start draw. Set up our y-axis and x-axis, where we know that this graph is amplitude 1 and -1. So originally is intersect at pi and 2 pi. So 2 pi is no need because our domain, the graph, asks us to draw up to pi only. So up to pi only and up to -pi only. More than that, don't show the graph. We will stop. Okay, so we will going to draw our graph. So our graph will be starting on x equals to -1. X equals to -1. So going up. So pi -1, we're going to intersect down. And then we stop here. Supposedly going to go down -1 and then ending at 2 pi minus 1. So more than that here, we don't need to show because our domain just up to pi. So up to here only. So the maximum amplitude here, should be original is pi over 2, but it's already moved to the left hand side 1 unit, so it will be pi over 2 minus 1. Then I repeat for left hand side, so this graph will going to oscillating downward. Alright, so its minimum value should be occur at original should be occur at -pi over 2, but this graph already moved 1 unit to the left hand side, so the minimum here will be -pi over 2 minus 1. So originally the graph should be ending at pi, but because of the graph already moved, so it will be ending at here only. So here will be our graph drawing from negative pi to pi. So lastly, we label our function. So this is our function, which is sine x plus 1.